Eastern Conference semis are underway. When you look at the teams competing for a spot in the Eastern Conference finals, there's one team for sure missing, and that is because the Miami Heat put a South Beach beat down on the Milwaukee Bucks. But the first series I want to talk about is the number 8 Miami Heat versus the number 5 New York Knicks.
Well, I think one of the biggest things about this particular series is that will the New York Knicks surpass their last time in the semi-conference finals in 2013 where they lost against the Pacers? So can they finally break through this season and find themselves in the Eastern Conference Finals? I.
Oh, okay. That's definitely something to watch because it's been orange and blue skies through the first round.
Oh,
So
it was,
can they
yeah.
can they keep it up?
Yeah. Jalen Brunson is a great addition to the team. I'm sorry. I think if it wasn't for him doing what he did in round one, we may not even be talking about the New York Knicks right now. So, and the fact that Jalen Brunson is balling. Like, I don't know what else to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
And they have a solid two-piece on the bench in Josh Hart and Emmanuel Quickly. I think that is one of the things that helped propel them, especially against the Cavs. Especially against the Cavs. So
Yeah, speaking of Josh Hart, now, see, I'm one of the kind of people who like to reward, good productivity. Now, because Quentin Grimes was out for the very last game New York Knicks played, Tom Thibodeau put Josh Hart in the starting lineup. I think he should continue that even if Grimes is available. I just like it. I just like it. And I think they should put Josh Hart on Jimmy Butler because what Jimmy did in the first round, I do not see him doing in this round because you got some serious defenders now on the
yeah,
on the New York Knicks.
I would say for me that Josh Hart is one of the X factors for the New York Knicks and how successful they will become in this series. He will have to be one of the focal points. If not only for his offense, but most definitely for his defense. I will also say this. Jimmy Butler has already watched the tape. And if anything about Jimmy Butler that I've seen, especially in round one, and also throughout his history with playoff type games, he already knows what's going to happen. I think he's like a what is it called, foreseer of the future. I don't know what that's a term for it, but I think he's
Mhm.
one of those persons. And really, for me, this matchup is going to be about player Jimmy Butler out coaching Tom Thibodeau while he's playing. That's what I feel because that's exactly how I feel he did Coach Bud.
He
When
did.
he in a post conference, he was like, "Well, I already knew that Drew Holiday wasn't going to do X,
He picked
and
him
I did.
apart.
I did Y." Like it's
Yeah,
like,
he
and I
did.
think that he's Jimmy Butler is such a student of the game, and we don't really get a chance to see that during the regular season because let's just be honest, it is clear he doesn't care about the regular season.
Sadly.
But yeah, it is. But I think that he is going to pick apart Jimmy Butler by himself. Will pick apart the New York Knicks. Now, how successful that'll be, we'll see as the series progress. But I think that's going to be something that we need to be mindful of. And Jimmy Butler don't come to play. And so, will Josh Hart's defense be enough? I can't wait to see it.
Oh, I can't wait either. Now, I think this series will be about Julius Randle. Now, Jalen Brunson had his way in the first series,
He did.
played phenomenal. I ain't taking nothing away from Jalen Brunson. But sometimes, the series are, more geared towards a player like Julius Randle. I think this is going to be his breakout series. He didn't play well in the first round. I
No,
mean,
he
he's going to be
didn't.
guarded by Kevin Love too. So come on, Julius Randle about to get busy. Right now, he's the third scorer. He's averaging 28 minutes and 14 points in the playoffs. That's well below Julius Randle's standards. So if he can get back healthy from his ankle, which I'm sure he's going to play in game one, this could be his breakout series because the way Jalen Brunson has taken over the leadership of the New York Knicks, this is an opportunity for Julius Randle to get on board.
I really hope so because I think Julius Randle may need this for his confidence. I really
Yes.
do. Don't let somebody whisper in Julius Randle's ear. You let Jalen Brunson do that. It may
Yeah.
shake up his whole psyche. You don't want to
Oh,
get in his mind with that. But I think that this may also be a breakout series for Bam Adebayo because they will need him. They will need him to do more. They will need him to do that. And if he can, along with Jimmy Butler, now we may really have a series, right? And then with Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, let's see what that looks like. What I don't know is who else is going to step up from the Heat. Like, they got Josh Hart, Emmanuel Quickly. Tyler Hero is still out. His hand is messed up. Oh, is Lowry doing all right?
Oh God, you can't count on Lowry. You maybe for a game or two, or maybe a game and a half, if I'm being honest. But you can't
Wait,
count on Kyle Lowry to save the day. No.
I'm going to tell you right now, Max Strus, I don't know where you were. I don't know where you were in round one, but the Heat needs you to show up against this matchup. They're gonna need you to be playoff. No, they're gonna need you to be play-in tournament Max Strus. That's what you're gonna need to be. That's what you're gonna have to be, Max Strus. Play-in tournament Max Strus in this round matchup against the Knicks. Can you do that? Because I
I think the Miami Heat are going to miss Hero and Victor Oladipo more than they did in the previous series. They just need it. They need Hero and Oladipo, and neither one of them are coming back anytime soon. Now, interesting, when I look at this series, I'm like, Jalen Brunson was guarded by primary scorers when they played the Cavs. And Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, right? Their backcourt.
Josh Hart's not that.
It's different now. Is different. He's going to be guarded by some serious defenders. So how would Jalen Brunson look in this series where they're like, we ain't looking to score 30 points, but we are looking to stop you. So I'm looking at that.
I can't wait. I just can't wait to see the scheme that Tom Thibodeau will put on, because Tom Thibodeau also knows Jimmy Butler. Like, it's almost like they're meeting again on different sides and who's going to prevail, because that's really what it's about. And I'm quite sure Tom Thibodeau knows the mind of Jimmy Butler, because he did coach him at one point, right? And will he be able to get into the mind of Jimmy Butler, which will make the Knicks victorious in this matchup? It's really, for me, this is about Tom Thibodeau and Jimmy Butler. That's what this is about for me.
So let's move on to the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics series. Now, this one, I don't think it's going to be as grungy as the Heat and the Knicks, but it's going to be a physical series.
I hope so. My only concern is the health of Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
The success of this series, for me, rests on Joel Embiid. And although he was deemed questionable for game one, hopefully he will play. But will he be will he be able to function as he should? That is a concern for me. And I don't know what the Sixers are going to do without Joel Embiid for a 7-game series.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's a concern for everyone. I mean, he's my MVP. He needs to play in this series. I personally think he will. I think this is just gamesmanship by Doc Rivers. Because Doc Rivers, his job is in jeopardy. If the Sixers do not make it past this round, because, I figured they have to at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think Doc Rivers is out of there. So I think he's just trying to, leak information to the press that he wants to get out. But I think Joel Embiid plays.
He should. The Sixers fandom wants him to. So I hope he does play. I just know that I am concerned about the Sixers and how athletic James Harden can be in this particular series. How athletic can he be? Can he be successful at driving? Will he be able to rake up most of his points at the free throw line? Because that's what he does, right? Let's just be honest. So can he do that? And will the Celtics bite it? Will they take the bait? And I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see it.
James Harden and Joel Embiid, I think they're both masters at drawing fouls.
Absolutely.
You can't, I don't know. It's just an art. At this point, it's an art. And they both mastered it. So, yeah, it should be interesting. I'm looking really at Tyrese Maxey, because there was a period earlier in the season where I just felt like he was out there, just kind of on an island by himself, not really getting touches. But then that kind of shifted, and then they started incorporating him more. Looking to see Tyrese Maxey in these playoffs, because he played really well in the first round. But I need him to keep it up, and I need them to keep him involved. And that's a Doc Rivers thing. It could also be a James Harden thing, too. Because that ISO James Harden,
I
that
can't.
cannot show
Oh,
up in
no,
these
no, no.
playoffs.
They can't do it. James Harden will have to relinquish the ball. He can't. He can control it, but he got to give it up at some point throughout the games. Please don't go ISO James Harden. I don't want to
Oh,
watch it. I don't even want to watch it, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to watch it. So don't do it. But I do know that I think the loss that the Celtics took in game 5 against the Hawks is what they needed in order to realize they better get back on this defense. Right. So I think that they needed that. One of the things that the Sixers have not experienced, because I don't think they really got a chance to really go through a true. The Nets were okay. Don't get me wrong. They were okay, right? But I'm talking about deep down dog defense. The Celtics can give them that. And will they be able to, overcome those types of defensive stops that the Celtics will bring? And I think the loss, again, that the Celtics experienced in round 1 was what they needed in order to flip the switch. That you just can't let off. You can't let off. And one of the things that that brought the Celtics to to the NBA finals last season was their defense. And then you couple that with the offensive punch of the two J's, and now that we know that if you target Al Horford, you can pretty much get a win because he can't stand in front of nobody. So what will Coach Manzula do to make sure that Al Horford still gets whatever he needs, but you can't put him on nobody important? You just can't. You can't have him guarding nobody important. Nobody's gonna, that's gonna be a playmaker. You just can't do it. No.
like a Joel Embiid.
I would
he
prefer
make
to see Robert Williams III and Joel Embiid
yes.
bang up than I would rather see Al Harford.
I know.
No,
I know.
not
Yeah.
Not Uncle Al.
Uncle Al. I'm looking for Derek White to have a monster series. I think he's part of their big three. And to me, he's breached it. Like it's the two J's and then there's Derek White.
But I can't wait to see what Malcolm Brogdon do off the bench too. How will they
Ooh,
utilize Malcolm Brogdon? Because Malcolm Brogdon is not new to this, especially with the Pacers. He's been able. He can control an offense as well. He did that when he's with the Pacers for many
yes.
years, for many seasons. So what will this 6 man of the year do?
I
And then
know.
can Grant Williams just make his free throws and stand on the perimeter and wait for the throw out, and so he can get these threes? Like, do you think that the Sixers bench can match up against the Celtics bench?
Not really.
Mhm.
If I'm being honest, I really like the Celtics bench. I mean, when you got, like you said, Grant Williams coming in, you Brogdon, like Brogdon is a starter on any other team. Nah, I like their bench. And then, RW3, he's also on the Celtics bench. I mean, yeah, nah.
I like RW3. Oh, I wish he was 100% healthy. I like
Mm,
He was balling in 2022.
I'm
I'm so
telling you.
sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
but I know that I just think that they're preserving him. This may be a huge series for RW3, especially with Joel Embiid being Joel Embiid.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
For the Sixers, I mean, what, Shake Milton? I like D'Anthony Milton too. He can get hot from three. But Jalen McDaniels and Niang, and you got Paul Reed backing up Joel Embiid. I mean, that's a huge drop off. You don't see that kind of drop off at the center spot for the Celtics, because you're going from an Al Horford to an RW3. It's not much of a drop off. You're getting athleticism, or in the back in RW3 in the backup center spot.
Right,
Not really
right.
getting that.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And I believe that they both shoot pretty well. So I'm quite sure we'll be exchanging 3 pointers. I'm quite sure both the Jays have no problem driving to the basket.
Oh
Because your
goodness,
dog is Jalen Brown. I don't care what nobody say.
isn't
He's
that Marcus Smart?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, they share it. They share it. They share it. I would say they share it. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be. I guess maybe not. I think it's gonna be physical. I can see it.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it will be. It's just not going to be as physical as the Heat and the Knicks. I mean,
Oh
that's going
no.
to be grungy. It's going to be woo. No, hey, it's going to be good. Now, PJ Tucker, we know what he brings, right? Tough defense. He going to hit a corner three. But I think Grant Williams can take care of him.
And Grant Williams is good on defense. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a wash for me. If I'm gonna be honest,
Mm-hmm.
they pretty much wash each other out. I think he can easily stop PJ Tucker because PJ Tucker can sometimes put up donuts. I just
Oh, definitely.
nah, he's not a. I don't think PJ Tucker is a threat.
Oh,
He may be a threat, in this series, but right now coming into the series, I would say no. I don't think so.
okay,
He's too
okay.
short. Too short. No, no.
What
And then they
else? What
even have
else?
Pritchard that can come
Oh,
off the bench. I mean, they have some people that they can plug in, the Celtics can plug in that normally don't get any play time, but could make a small difference in a success of their team and how they may win a game or two. Yeah.
so let's get into our predictions for the series. Now, I'm going to go first here. I'm going to go out on the limb. I got the New York Knicks in 6.
Wow. Okay, that's nice. I got Heat in 6. I just think that Jimmy Butler's gonna out scheme. I have my faith in Jimmy Butler. So Heat in 6 for me.
Okay, and in the Sixers and Celtics series, now this one was difficult for me to determine, but I'm going with the Sixers in 7.
Wow, I have Celtics in 7.
Ah!
We do not agree. I can't believe it. Yeah, Celtics in 7. This one's gonna be hard fought, especially if Joel Embiid can play.